We're back with more somber, and guess what? He's somber. Hey, music nerds! My name is Chaz Hayden, and I'm an award-winning author that reacts to music from a literary perspective. What this means is we're going to figure out whether your high school English teacher would have liked this song or not. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to grade it in 3 categories: creativity, structure, and storytelling. And today we have 12 to 12 by Sombr. I'm a big Sombr fan. We reacted to his song Undress. It's one of my favorites of the year so far. Back to Friends, another one of his amazing songs. And I can't wait to dive into this one. But before I do, please press the like button. Let me know you're here and comment your favorite Sombr song. Now let's listen. What Sombr does really well always in all of his songs is he introduces character personality. And from the very beginning, that line 12 to 12, it's about his desperation. Like he's constantly thinking about this other girl. He wants no one else in his life, a 24-hour love obsession with whoever this is. But when he looks at her, he melts away and she says, yeah, go to hell. But what I love about the lyric, he says, when I look at you, I melt away. You tell me to go to hell. My baby. He has to, or my love, actually. He has to kind of end it, but he's still in love with her, even though this person is telling him to pretty much F off. He's like, yeah, but I love you. You're my baby. You're my honey. Like, why are you saying that to me? I just think that's kind of a funny little 2 words to add in, like, he can't seem to move on. And obviously that then reiterates the 12 to 12 obsession that he has. The chorus reiterates his constant, compulsive obsession, looking for this girl wherever he is, in a room full of crowded people. He can't take his eyes off of her. He's in that studio being interviewed. He sees her in the audience. The song also, like the music itself, feels a little bit creepy, doesn't it? Like it just has it has a very funky vibe. Like you want to dance to it, but then it's also a little bit like dark. Like, it is a disco. It definitely is a disco rhythm. But then also it has like this really dark, like dun 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 dun. Like he might be a little bit creepy. Like he's just stalking this girl. We don't even know if they're together. Like at this point, he's developed a character that seems kind of like a stalker, and we don't even know if he's in a relationship with the girl he's talking about. Yeah, that's a perfect line. He's saying, we were together all this time, and then at the very end, before you leave me, before we break up, you finally show me that you're capable of emotion and love and feeling. Like, what was all that other time we spent together? that verse, he talks again twice about looking at her. He's not going to look at her the same. Then he saw her in Paris. The Paris line, I really like that part. Sombr, in a lot of his songs, breaks up the present tense of a verse or a chorus and gives you context and a little bit of background into how they met originally. He did this in Undress, and I believe he did this also in Back to Friends as well. But that's really great for character development and then also storytelling as well. We have a little bit of a better understanding of how they came together. But what's important to pinpoint here is that he's saying he was the one that introduced himself into her life. And that's what he keeps talking about here in the song. He was looking for her. He won't look at her the same. Then they met in Paris. He was suave, tried to speak a little French to her. That's also another character description there. Like, he's constantly trying, or maybe over trying. He's trying a little bit too hard for her to be in his life. And then he also admits he might have been a little bit delusional. He shouldn't have ever introduced himself at that Paris cafe. He wished he had never looked at her.
Because to me there's no one else that can make sense to me. The last to kind of puzzle piece. In a room full of people, I look for you. Would you avoid me, or would you look for me too? Tell me, is our story through? Or do our hearts still beating too? Baby, I'm
If they ever made a movie about Sombr, which they should, because he's kind of interesting, I think Timothée Chalamet should play him. Or they should just have Timothée Chalamet in one of his music videos. They're like twins. I saw a meme the other day. It was like men are broken up into 3 categories. They're either like a hawk, like a bald eagle handsome, golden retriever handsome, or lizard handsome. And Sombr and Timothée Chalamet are lizard handsome.
and the way you act as usual. Baby, in another world, I don't feel so unlovable.
See, I was right. He's admitting he's delusional. Like, I have a feeling that they were never in a relationship together, but he has put this girl up on such a high pedestal. He's created this, like, fantasy in his head of who she is or who he wants her to be or whatever their relationship was, if it ever existed. Yeah, he is delusional. He's delusional about who she is and why she's with other people or if they were even together in the first place. And that's great character development through a story for him to finally be able to admit that. A lot of times within a song, it's talking about heartbreak and missing the other person, but the singer never actually admits their part in the equation, and Somber's doing it here by admitting that he is a little bit delusional.
In a room full of people, I look for you. Would you avoid me, or would you look for me too? Tell me, is our story through? Or do our hearts still beat too? In a room full of people, I look for you. Would you avoid me, or would you see me through? Tell me, is our story through? Or do our hearts still beat too?
All right, that was 12 to 12 by Sombr. Another really great song by him. He does such a good job of introducing a character personality trait, introducing a storyline, providing context. But how well does he actually do? Let's grade it. Okay, creativity, I give it an A minus. This song is almost deceptively simple, but what's very creative about it is from the start, the title, the name of it, 12 to 12, and then instantly that first line, referencing 12 to 12 and nowhere else in the song, but we understand what it means. It's talking about an obsession, a 24-hour cycle that you want this person in your life. You can't think about anybody else, and you don't understand why they'll ever be with anybody else, because you're ripping your heart out and you're showing it to them, and they're just ignoring you, and they're out, like you said, dancing. Why are you dancing with other people? When I'm looking at you, are you looking back at me? Are our hearts still beating together? That's the 12 to 12. That's what's creative about it, is not necessarily a new idea in a breakup song or confessing your love to someone, but Sombr's execution of the idea of obsession with this round-the-clock sort of creepiness, but also not really sure if you're being creepy or not, and then talking about looking at you. You're looking back at me, which brings me into structure. Structure, I'm also going to give it, like, it's a B+, but I'm going to give it an A- because of the repetition of him constantly seeking out this girl. He looks for her in a crowded room. Is she looking back? He looked for her in Paris. He's going to look at her differently now that he knows more about her, and he wished he never looked at her at all. He constantly is talking about his vision of her, but it's also delusional. The repetition of feeling obsessed, and then also bringing in this very straightforward idea of constantly observing, and that's sort of what he's doing. He's observing her, and that is a very strange way to think about it, especially if he loves her. You don't want to be observing someone you're interested in. That's just odd, but it does provide really good structure in a song that otherwise isn't really different. It's just a verse, a pre-chorus, and a chorus. The music itself is very, very catchy, and like I said, I think the music adds a layer of intensity. Even though it is a fun dance beat, it has those dun 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 melodies to it, and I think that adds to the structure as well. And it adds to the storytelling. The storytelling is just a solid A. Sombr introduces a character, but he introduces a personality, an idea of someone, to serve embodiment of a person who can't move on, who maybe never moved on, who maybe should have moved on a long time ago. And then he provides his feelings, that he wants this girl to look for him. He wants her to also feel the same way. Why are you changing now? Why are you showing me that you're interested in me now? And all those other times, it was just flat. Our relationship was apparently flat. But then he also goes on to provide more background, more context. Not a lot of songs do this. It's a very linear experience. And what Sombr never does, and what he's never done in any of his songs, is write a linear story, a linear experience. He's always going back, providing more context into the story, the relationship, who he is as a protagonist, as a character in the song. And that's why storytelling gets such a high grade. And that's why all of his songs are so great. And he's blowing up. I mean, this is the summer of Sombr, really. I mean, first album, first few songs, like, crazy talented. But, most importantly, would your high school English teacher like this song? Here's how I imagine it. I imagine that Sombr had to get up in the front of class for a presentation, and the girl sitting in the back row not really paying attention, and then all of a sudden he breaks out into song and like synchronized dance, like all his friends just start dancing, just a little shimmy, and I kind of almost imagine it being like the line dance from Thriller by Michael Jackson, like that. But like in a classroom, if that makes any sense. And the teacher's into it, she's just at her desk like, yeah. I think she would like that. I think she would like that you're putting your emotions on a piece of paper, on a page, or in a presentation in front of someone, but you're also providing details into why you feel this way, or how Maybe you feel gaslit by the other person. The song is also about being gaslit, and he does a really good job of providing metaphors of and reasons for that. But I think the high school English teacher would not like this song if you showed her the music video. Addison Rae is just doing a little bit too much. Addison Rae is doing a little bit too much in the music video. If you showed your teacher, you might get in trouble. Anyways, if you're interested in what I write, please check out Diet Sober Club and The First Thing About You. They are available anywhere books are sold. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It means the world to me and lets me know that you want more. Comment below what you thought about this song and what song I should react to next. You can follow me on Instagram at the Chaz Hayden. That's where I post pictures of my handsome face. In the meantime, be different, live a trail. I see you.
Is it always in your plan?